Hey everyone, tonight we're stepping outside of everything we think we know about space, time, and reality itself. This isn't just about theoretical physics or science fiction. It's about perception, about what's real, what's not, and what might be just barely out of reach. Before we begin, take a second to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy exploring the strange, the hidden, and the forgotten with me. Drop a comment below with where you're watching from and what time it is where you are. It is always surreal seeing how this strange little corner of YouTube brings people together across time zones. Maybe put your phone on Do Not Disturb. Let the static settle. Let's drift into tonight's hidden parallel. Imagine this. You're a 2D being, flat, like a stick figure living on a piece of paper. You have no idea what up means. You can't see over walls. Everything is edge and line. Now imagine a 3D hand poking through your world. All you see is 5 disjointed circles suddenly appearing and disappearing. No logic to it, just chaos. To you, the 2D being, it would be supernatural. But to us, the 3D observers, it's just a hand. Now flip the script. We're the stick figures. And something 4-dimensional, not just space but spacetime, is reaching into our world. Could be now. Could be always. But like the 2D being, we're blind to what it actually is. This is the problem, and the mystery of the 4th dimension. The term 4th dimension means different things depending on who you ask. To Einstein and physicists, it's time. Not a separate space, but fused into the geometry of spacetime. Every event you've ever experienced exists as a coordinate, x, y, z. And when? But for mystics, artists, and the fringe of science fiction, the 4th dimension is space beyond space. A realm with directions we can't even imagine. Picture a tesseract, a 4D cube. It can rotate in ways that defy all 3D logic. It could move through our world without ever opening a door. To us, it might look like a shape constantly shifting, folding in on itself. Impossible geometry. Like something alive, but not quite real. This is the heart of 4D thought. Not just science, but perception. We live in a perceptual cage. And the 4th dimension? It might be the keyhole we never noticed. Here's the strange part. Mathematically, higher dimensions make perfect sense. But biologically, we just can't see them. We evolved in a 3D world. Up, down, left, right, forward, back. That's it. Ask someone to draw 4 lines all at right angles from a single point. They can tee. It breaks the system. But we can imagine it. Barely. There are artists, mystics, and even physicists who've claimed to see it in dreams or deep meditations. Not with their eyes, but with a sense of knowing. A kind of spatial intuition that defies normal cognition. Could it be that parts of our mind can process higher dimensional information, but it's buried beneath language and logic? This is where science meets psychology and starts to fall apart. Long before physics named it, the concept of a 4th realm was already here. Mystics spoke of the astral plane, a space just out of phase with ours. Plato hinted at ideal forms beyond material reality. Buddhist thought describes realms interwoven with ours, invisible yet fundamental. Even the Kabbalistic tree of life maps reality in levels that stack beyond 3-dimensional space. Were these metaphors? Or were they intuitive attempts to describe the 4th dimension, a realm not above or below, but orthogonal to our entire reality? The occult often uses as above, so below. But what if there's also an as within, so beyond, a direction the ancients sensed without needing physics to prove it? Let's ask a brutal question. Even if it's real, could we ever see the 4th dimension? Not directly. But there are clues. Just like a 3D object casts a 2D shadow, a 4D object would cast a 3D shadow. These shadows would look strange, warping, folding, alive. Think of impossible shapes, Penrose stairs, the Necker cube, optical illusions that bend logic. Now crank that to 11. Some people report seeing these shapes under intense psychedelic trips. DMT, psilocybin, tools that may temporarily break 3D filtering. They describe spinning objects that don't spin, shapes that reverse inside out, and a strange, overwhelming feeling, not of looking at something, but being looked at by reality itself. Is it real? Is it hallucination? In this space, the line gets blurry fast. Here's a theory. We're in the fourth dimension right now. We just experience it one slice at a time, like frames in a film. Imagine a loaf of bread, and our consciousness is a knife, cutting through it moment by moment. Each slice is a second of your life, but the whole loaf? That's your entire existence, already there. Past, present, future. This is block universe theory, and it fits right into 4D space. Free will? Maybe just a feeling? Linear time? Maybe just how our 3D minds interpret a bigger picture. Chilling? Yes, but also liberating. Because if it's true, then nothing is truly lost. Every moment still exists, somewhere in the stack. Let's speculate. You're a 4D being. How would you experience our world? You could see inside closed rooms. You could reach inside sealed boxes. You'd see every side of an object, even its insides, at once. You wouldn't travel through time. You'd see it. A person wouldn't be a moving dot. They'd be a shimmering trail. Birth to death, all at once. And emotions? Maybe those too become spatial. Fear, love, memory. Not as feelings, but as landscapes. Time would lose all meaning. You wouldn't wait. You wouldn't hurry. You'd just be. Everywhere you've ever been, and ever will be. Maybe that's what gods are. Movies like Interstellar hint at this. The tesseract scene, where time is navigated like space. M.C. Escher's impossible stairs. Salvador Dali's melting clocks. Even video games like Antichamber or Manifold Garden experiment with space that wraps and folds. These are human attempts, honest ones, to express what we can't express. Art might be our only real window into higher dimensions, a language of dreams, of distortion, of paradox, and maybe of memory. Here's the question you might be asking. Why does this matter? Because it humbles us. It reminds us that the universe is deeper than we can grasp. It encourages imagination, philosophy, awe, and maybe, just maybe, it hints at something bigger than physics or religion, that there are realities within realities, and that we, with our dreams, our myths, our art, and our questions, might be reaching out to something that's always been just beyond the veil. Not to solve it, but to feel it. Thanks for drifting with me into this dimension of thought. If this video sparked something in you, let me know in the comments. What do you think the fourth dimension looks like? If you haven't yet, consider subscribing for more explorations like this. From the surreal to the scientific, the hidden to the haunted. Until next time, stay curious. And remember, not everything beyond your perception is beyond your reality. This was Hidden Parallels.